Hi everyone, I am Donna Reed and this is Donna Reed Talks Voice. And again, I'm working with Rebecca. Hi Rebecca.
Hi.
And we're continuing our journey and continuing to see what we can do with this chest voice. And I had an idea about how to deal with that today. I've been thinking about it, of course. So we'll just get going with what we normally get going with, get the head voice going. And then I'm going to try a little experiment and it may or may not work. So we'll see what happens. So in a lot of the lessons I've not been having you exhale, inhale. I'm going to have you do that today. So exhale, inhale as you bring your arms up and just feel the air going in, feel the air going out. And one more. Great. And before we get going, how has your voice felt this week?
It was very like some days were really good, some days were not so good. Some days like the yeah 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 worked really well, and other days the ga 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 worked like a lot better. So it was very mixed this week.
You know, I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry it was mixed. I wish it was all fabulous and perfect. But I'm glad you said that in that. It shows everybody that, that's just how our voices work. Some days certain things work and some days other things don't work. When it all is very efficient and when it's all well coordinated, it will always work, of course. But when we're building our voices, when we're working on them and trying different things to see what works best for us, things are going to be a little bit hit and miss. So that's pretty normal. So that you say that doesn't disturb me at all. That's kind of what happens. It's like any skill you learn, trying to do that. All right, now let's do just a head voice, ooh. And oh, let me ask you this. Have you sung today at all?
No.
Okay. So from the top down, just legato, ooh, see what happens. Yep. And how do those feel on the very bottom?
They feel easy and free, but they feel a bit more chesty than the other ones, like they fall down a bit.
Oh, interesting. Because they sound like they're very much on the heady side, but they're feeling a little more chesty.
Yeah, chestier than the other ones. Like maybe chesty is not the right word. They feel lower. The other ones
Lower.
feel like they are a bit more high, a bit more forward, and those ones feel a bit lower, like a bit more in the body and
Oh, interesting. I like that. Because they feel free, right?
yeah.
All right, you know what? See, this is interesting because I said, oh, I had an idea as to what to do. I'm going in another direction now because of what you said. So I'm going to do this again, exactly the same way. I'm actually going to start it a little bit higher, and we'll go down with it, and just let's notice what happens. Tell me at what point on the bottom note it goes into that low place.
Mhm. starting to.
Starting to. Okay. Now, as we keep going lower, let me know if any of them feel like they're a little constricted or tight.
Mhm. Yeah, that one wasn't as free as
That
the
one.
others.
Okay, fine. Let's do this one again. And again, just notice the bottom note. Now, can you start with that sound and then go the opposite way? Now, was it easy to start with that sound, or was it not quite the same thing?
No, it was easy, but the two middle oohs felt different going up than going down.
Yeah, so did they feel like perhaps a little bit more like this one going up, but a
Yeah,
little bit more like that one going down?
yeah.
Okay, so let's stop on that one and just notice what you just hold it and then we'll notice what you have. Now, how does that one feel?
These feel quite similar, actually, all three of them.
And they all feel free?
Yeah.
Okay, now, opposite way, and then hold that guy and see what we have. Feels different?
Feels a bit different, still feels free, but feels a bit more maybe directed, like a bit more forward, a bit lighter, more like a smaller ooh, maybe.
Okay, so what I'm sensing is when it's more head voice, you're feeling it a little bit more quote unquote forward, a little bit higher. When it's more chest voice, even though it's a heady, very heady chest voice, it feels a little deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't, you feel it however you feel it. It's great. Feel it forward, feel it back, feel it up or down. It really doesn't matter as long as it doesn't feel constricted. Now, the reason I fussed with that note is because that same note, which is the F above the middle C, felt different when you came from the bottom than when you came from the top. Totally normal. Now, out here, which is really interesting, it didn't sound that much different. So that same F above the middle C, coming from the bottom, you felt a little something different, on the top different, but not out here. Out here it was, if anything, it was slight. You barely noticed that there was something going on with that. So this is what I want to play with, these weird guys in the middle here. We're
Mhm.
going to do the next one the same way and stop on the top one, and you just notice what you notice. And again, nothing's constricted, right?
No.
You definitely let me know if something feels like it's shutting down. And different from the other one when you came up, right?
Yeah.
And again, out here, it's not that different. Let's just see where it keeps going. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it this way and stop on that one. Still okay, right? Feels very different.
Yeah, it's not like a huge difference, but it feels a
Right,
bit different.
right.
Yeah.
But it's different. And again, out here, it's so slight you would barely notice it. But just to know that, and we're going to do it this way now, just to know and to allow the people who are listening to know, when you sing these two middle notes and you come up this way and then come back down that way, they may feel different going up and they may feel different going down. That's why if you're practicing a piece of music, it's really important to probably record it, listen back, and hear what you're hearing back, what you're singing objectively. Because if you go by feel, then you're thinking, oh, well, that's one thing going up, but it's not doing that going down. I don't like that. But that's not what we're hearing. You see, so it's really it's important to listen back, especially because what you're feeling up and down are subtle, is subtle. Good, good, good. Um, Now let's do it up and then back down, and you just notice those middle guys what they want to do. And what did you notice? Everything
Now they actually felt pretty similar, like both ways.
okay? Do you see what happens? So just by doing it several times, those guys in the middle kind of figured out what they wanted to do. At first, they wanted to be kind of a chesty head voice, then they wanted to be a heady head voice, didn't know. Bottom line is they all felt free, right?
Yeah.
Great. We're going to do the same thing here and then stop and come back down. Let's just see what happens. Now that one was interesting
Mm-hmm.
because what you started with, to my ear, was pretty free, but I didn't like what you came back down to.
Yep, me too.
Interesting. Now, why did that happen? And you had plenty of air, right? It wasn't like you were running out of air or.
Sorry again, there was like someone drilling in my house. I couldn't hear you.
I actually
Oh
heard that.
no.
Oh, well, there we go.
Great
Right,
timing.
right. Well, what we have to put up with. So I said, I forgot what I said.
I'm so sorry. Was about the low note that was like free when I started, but not so free when I came back.
Exactly. Okay. And I said interesting because as we came down, it was a little bit shutting down. Oh, I know what
Yep.
I said. I said it wasn't that you ran out of air, right?
No,
No.
I don't think that was the
So, and
problem.
I don't think it's so low. I don't think anything got tight in your abdominal area or anything like that because it's low. You wouldn't try to quote unquote support or anything like that. So then we have to figure out, well, why does it do that? That's so interesting. All right, do it again this way. Just up and then don't come down. And the bottom note feels fine, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happens if you just do the bottom note all by itself without even going up? Let's see what that does.
Kind of
Not
in the
quite
middle.
as
Not as
easy.
free as when going up, but not as
Yeah,
constricted when going down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's how you're putting the energy into that bottom note. Okay, let's do this. Do it with a really light staccato. Don't even think chest voice is just ooh, 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 real light, real easy. Okay, that one's a little compromised, right? Not
Hmm.
quite efficient.
Yeah.
So putting the energy there makes it want to shut down. Okay, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you put your head up and do the same staccato. Oh, oh, oh. Let's see what happens.
That's
How
so
was
much,
that one?
so much better.
Yeah. So those swallowing muscles want to get in the way. Those constrictor muscles that help us swallow. You know, when you put your head up, it's difficult to swallow. Those are
Hmm.
the guys that want to get in the way. So I'll tell you what, keep your head up and just sing the ooh all by itself. Okay, now can you keep your head up? Do the ooh and do ooh, you. Let's try one lower, same way. Now that one was a little weaker and a little breathy, but that one was freer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the F sharp.
Oh, okay.
So we got down to the F sharp G. Now, tell you what, it was this one. Do the top one on the ooh, and I want you to do the same thing. Put your head up and sing ooh, you. That one feels fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, you. No. Start on the U. So you, and all with your head up. That worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Let's do this. And those all feel fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have you do this. We're debating where. Let's start it there. This is a Cornelius exercise that he used to do. And again, it's with the head up, but
Mhm.
it's not an ah. Just drop your jaw, your head is up, and this is the rhythm. The rhythm's really important. And then back down. On the ah, head up, drop your jaw.
And yeah, or just
No wise, just the ah.
okay. Ah.
And you can over open your mouth a little bit.
Mhm. Ah.
That's it. Let's see where it goes.
Ah. Ah.
Great. Breathe.
Ah.
Now, that one was a little bit on the breathy side. How did that one feel?
It felt completely free, but it was like, yeah, it was breathy, but it was totally free.
Okay, great. Let's not worry about the breathy part. Same thing. Good. I'm going to add a little thing to that. Again, remember to over open your mouth a little bit so it's
Mhm.
very vertical this way. And I'm just going to have you move around. Again, head up, move around. Hopefully, it doesn't make you too dizzy. Drop your jaw. That was better, wasn't it?
Yep.
Definitely. Okay, keep moving around. Same thing. I'm going to see how high we can go with this. Okay, again, that was breathy. breathy, but I don't mind that one. That's okay.
Yeah,
It was still free, right?
yeah.
Great. One or two more. Let's see what happens. Still okay, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, again, now aesthetically, it's not exactly where we want to go. There's a little breathiness. It's a little, but functionally, I can hear that this is freer, and I
yeah,
really know what's going on. And more importantly, you can feel that it's freer, right?
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. See, that's the bottom line. Again, I want to emphasize that with my students, with my listeners, that if you're feeling that it's freer, even though it's not exactly the sound you want to do for whatever piece of music you're singing, that's a good direction to go in. You know, unless your voice is completely free, you could just sing whatever thing you want, whatever you want to, then you could just worry about aesthetics. But unless it's that free, you have to listen functionally, and you have to go with the function of it. Functionally, this is much freer, and that's what makes me happy. I'd rather have you sing freer notes up there initially than something that sounds better but has a little bit of a tightness to it, because that won't lead you anywhere. Let's try the next guy, see what happens. Same way, move around, open your mouth. All right, and that one got a little bit more stuck, but that's okay. I was just testing the limits here. Great. Now I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our ooh that we started out with. Keep your head straight. Don't put your head up. And let's see what the bottom note wants to do. Now that's interesting. They didn't get tight, right?
No.
No, they were really weak, but not tight.
Yeah.
Really good. Let's try this same one we just finished with your head up. Let's see if there's a difference. Yeah, good. Keep your head up. Okay. And that's the F sharp again. So what I really love about those is they didn't have that little grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good, really good. Now, you notice that except for these ahs that we did up here, the whole lesson, I avoided the ah, and I did
Mhm.
that purposely because I know that the ah is a little bit compromised down here. And what I was working on this lesson is to get these guys down here free in whatever way we could. So I noticed when we did just the ooh and what was happening with those notes in the lower part of your voice and how free they were getting, I said, you know what? We're just going to stay with the ooh. We're just going to teach those guys down there to be free. I'm not even going to attempt the ah right now. So I like that. Now, how does everything feel just in general? How does your voice feel?
It feels free. It feels good. The ooze going down felt different than in the beginning. I didn't have the feeling like it was heady versus chesty. They all felt like they were in a similar mix, like going down. They didn't change so much.
Yeah, you see, and these were definitely freer. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Even though the other ones that changed and went more, you felt them more on the chesty side, even though that happened, those were not as free as these guys. So one would think, oh, well, those are the better ones. And they weren't terrible. They were okay. They didn't feel tight, but these are definitely freer. So you see how sensations are very fleeting. You know, one moment it'll feel like this, one moment it'll feel like that. Plus, earlier in the lesson, as you did these going up and going down, those middle notes, they felt one way, then they felt another way. So, very, very interesting things happening in this lesson. And one of the most interesting things is I started out with an idea. I said, "Oh, we're going to try this. I have a plan." From the very beginning, with what happened, I dismissed that plan. So important for everybody to understand that you have to go with what is the voice doing at the moment. That's why I don't like quote unquote methods. You know, if I have you sing the same three exercises that I have everybody else sing, how is anybody going to get better? Even right now, I know your voice. We've been having this whole long series of lessons. I said, "Oh, I know what I'm going to do." Nope, I'm not going to do that because today your voice doesn't want to do that. It wants to do this. Such an important point to make. We have to be flexible. We can't be rigid. So that's wonderful. I think that's freeing up in a very, very good way there. And again, the result, the bottom line, let me put it that way, is you're feeling right now that it's much freer.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Now, I'm going to say one more thing to my listeners. Rebecca and I, this is the last of the series that I'm going to tape, but Rebecca and I are going to continue to work together off camera because it's not an easy problem to fix. So we're going to work consistently, see what we can do. And then, you know, after a while, we'll tape another lesson, and then you'll see the progress after, you know, however long we decide, you know, months, whatever, weeks, and then we'll continue to tape sporadically different lessons and, you know, let you all out there know her progress. So I'm very excited about working that way with her, and because I love figuring out problems, and this is a definitely a fixable problem. It's just going to take some time. So, but I like the direction it's going. So thank you, Rebecca, for agreeing to do all of this and going
Yeah,
on this
thank
little
you so
journey.
much.
Oh, this is why I do this. This is so much fun, working out the problem. So thank you so much, and we'll see all of you out there next season. And sporadically, you'll see what's going on with Rebecca. Thanks for watching Donna Reed Talks Voice. If you have any questions for me about this episode, or if you'd like to join me on a future episode, please visit donnareedtv.com and click Contact.